Welcome back. Well, President Trump is this morning vowing to crack down on immigration after two National Guard members were shot in Washington, D.C.
For more, we're joined by former FBI agent Scott Curtis in New York. Scott, good morning to you. Thanks for your time this morning. Terrible day yesterday in the Capitol. Any word on how the victims are doing this morning?
What we know is the identities of the two victims there. Nothing additional about their condition except that they're still in critical condition, and we're all praying for a speedy recovery here on Thanksgiving Day in the United States.
What do we know so far about the suspected gunman, Scott?
Well, what we know is that he came into the United States a little over 4 years ago, right after the United States withdrew from Afghanistan, that he had worked with the U.S. government, U.S. forces over in Afghanistan, and so that facilitated his entry into the United States, and that from that point till now, he had applied for asylum and was recently granted asylum. So the big question now is his motive for perpetrating this attack. When was he radicalized? By whom? Was anybody else aware of this or involved in this situation?
It's a handful, isn't it, for the FBI? Look, Trump's using the incident to drive home his campaign against immigration. There are all sorts of reports that he wants to roll out troops right across America. Any kind of motive here that may appease that?
Well, I mean, going back to just the scrutiny and due diligence related to immigration there, unfortunately, the last administration did little of that. And what we knew during that administration was that a bunch of individuals came into this country and they weren't screened or vetted there, and they were convicted criminals. They were even on terrorist watch lists. And so, now there obviously is the increased need and awareness of doing that due diligence and those background checks on individuals, because we want to be aware of our threats there. We want to make sure we know who's coming into this country, and hopefully they're coming in for the right reasons there. In terms of the National Guard presence in U.S. cities across the United States here, I mean, number one, I would hope everybody would want safety and security in the cities there. I just hope that we're implementing things based on a need basis, based on the threats or potential threats there, and just not do blanket deployment across the country.
There's so much heat in the community at the moment, isn't there? I mean, you're all preparing for a Thanksgiving dinner, but there's just so much happening in the background there.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, it seems that any policy decision that President Trump has been making here has been met with this exaggerated response of demonizing anybody that's involved in that decision, whether directly or indirectly. And in this case here, sadly, people in uniform, whether they're the military or law enforcement now, is being, having a spotlight shown on them, and people are villainizing these people when all they're doing is their jobs and hopefully protecting the community. And you would think the community would be appreciative of that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's hope things are clarified sooner rather than later. Scott, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Massive problem on the ground over there right now. All right, coming up.